What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Inside Thoughts Out Loud. My name is Karita.
I'm Chanel.
And we're going to jump right into it.
So this week, we asked our followers what they wanted to hear us discuss. And we took out a poll, and we had like the highest amount of votes for, I think, relationships. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get into that. But before we do that, we also asked you guys some questions. And if you guys are not following us on Instagram, go ahead and do that right now. The Instagram is in our description. Yes. So you'll see the link there and you'll be able to follow us. And we love to engage with our followers and ask them questions. And when we get some answers, we're going to talk about it here. So make sure you go and follow as soon as you can. So this week, we asked our followers which movie from their childhood scarred them the most. So we had quite a few interesting answers. So I don't know if you guys have heard of most of these movies. Some of them I have, some of them I haven't. So one of our followers said Coraline. Is that the name?
Coraline.
Coraline. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the movie's Coraline.
It's like a claymation animation about a little girl named Coraline.
Yes. Which is actually really similar to James and the Giant Peach, mm-hmm. which I also was very freaked out of. So she said that she was deathly afraid of the button eyes. She said like the button eyes and how they move were really, really creepy. Mm-hmm. And then we had another follower who said Jurassic Park. Do you remember Jurassic Park? You like that
Wasn't
stuff?
Afraid.
No. Okay. I was also afraid of Jurassic Park when he ate the man. Like he just
loved it.
What?
I'll tell you. I don't think I answered the poll, but I'll tell you what I was afraid of.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then so someone else said Toy Story. I was also afraid of Toy Story.
Excited about this concept. What? I believed it, and so I started like trying to sneak in on my dolls.
No. See, the reason why I couldn't get down with Toy Story is because I saw Chucky before that, and the whole concept of your toys coming to life was just, it was very scary for me. So after I saw Toy Story, I started locking my closet before I went to bed because I was really afraid that they would come out. And then that kid, Sid, he freaked me out. His weird, crazy
Sid was
laugh.
Horrible. Yeah. But he was an adult, but he was a horrible child.
But he was scary,
My
though.
theory is if you're a bad kid like Sid, the dolls will be like that.
Yeah.
Like Chucky. That's why I was always like, if my room was cold, I would go in and put blankets on my dolls.
Okay.
Yeah, I was that serious.
That's insane to me. That's not.
I wasn't trying to have a Sid moment. That's why I was like, you guys good?
No, I feel like the toys need to stay where they're supposed to stay. Just don't come out, don't talk, just be a toy. Another answer we got was Nightmare on Elm Street, which I've actually never seen that. Is it?
Oh.
Why are you looking at me like that?
that makes sense. Out of all of the answers, that makes sense.
Really?
Nightmare on Elm. It's about getting.
Was that even a kids movie?
No.
So what? Okay. Well,
but it's about like teenagers. So essentially, you could say it is targeted towards kids.
Okay.
Like middle school teenagers. You can never really tell because they always look like grown people, but they're like, I'm in high school.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. So I've never seen that, but you guys, if you've seen it, let me know if some of these scared you guys as well. We also have Ernest, Scared Stupid. Never heard of that though.
Ernest, that Ernest is. I don't get how you were scared by that. No disrespect, but Ernest is just weird.
Yeah. Well, he said the trolls popping out of the ground were too much for me.
Oh.
But because I never saw that movie, I don't know what scene that.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of something else. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we should watch these again.
I think.
Okay. So we're gonna go back to relationships because that's what we got the most votes on. And I wanted to touch base on that because I was watching a kids movie now and then. I was watching that because I was feeling all like nostalgic and stuff, and I was just thinking about when we were younger and you watch movies like this, and you're a woman, I'm a woman.
Thank you.
One of the things I've noticed is there's so many movies about like lifelong friendships between women. And that had me thinking about, how many friends I'm still in contact with from my childhood. And I have like maybe 2, but we only talk like on each other's birthdays when we reach out and say happy birthday. So what about you? Like, are you still friends with people you went to elementary school with in high school?
Funny enough, yeah, my closest friend, I met her, I've known her since grade 3, but I didn't like her. I actually hated her up until grade 8. Because she always dated the guys I liked.
Yeah.
like that.
That's
in
weird.
elementary,
Wait,
right?
in elementary school?
Right. She was a hot girl. I was a not girl. So she was always dating the dudes that I had crushes on. I was like, is she out to get me? No, it's just that they were the popular boys.
Mhm.
And then in grade 8, we were forced to sit in the same desk group together, and we started. One of the boys that we had both had a crush on previously, he and I were talking about Comic View.
Mhm.
And this is a white girl, mind you. And she jumped in and she's like, oh, I know Comic View. And she started reciting things. And I was like, wait a second. And we became friends. And we've been friends ever since. And another friend who we took the same bus together, Joanne, she would always sit on the bus and sing Carita, Bita, Bobita, Banana, Fana, Fofita. And I used to be like, I hate this girl. But actually, I loved her. And she's still one of my closest friends.
You're still friends with the banana?
Yes. And she still brings them every now and then when we sitting on the dock of the cottage and she'll just be like, Karina.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so it is interesting because I feel like friendships from those days, it's either like, it's like my way or your way.
Yeah.
It's either not so much here and there, maybe lunch once a year, or it's like actual friends. I find, especially in our generation, a lot of people don't have that sort of core friendship from before. They're like, no, my good friends are from college or from work or whatever.
Exactly. And I was thinking the same thing because I've now changed it. I don't consider everyone my friend, but I would say that I have quite a few people from my childhood, but we don't talk all the time.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I'm starting to realize now as I get older is some of my friendships are kind of like, what is it? Like, I don't know the word. Yeah, like there's sometime-ish, and I realize that like as I'm growing, I don't know if we're in alignment, like, or we're in the same place.
Different places, yeah.
Yeah, so what happens is like there's certain things that I stop talking to them about because that part of my life is not like, it just doesn't mesh well with their lives as well. And then the less I'm sharing, I guess the less
they feel inclined to share.
Yeah, and then there's no real connection. So
why do you feel like you can't share? Like, okay, so for my instance, my group of friends, a lot are moms, a good handful of us aren't. And so I know that there are sometimes things that they'll share in their mom friend group chats that they don't share with us. But I never want my friends who are parents to feel like they can't talk to me about their parental issues, or not because I don't have kids, but I grew up with my nieces and helped raise them and my little sisters. So I have a concept of it, and I just want to also be supportive. So do you feel like when you bring those things to certain friends, they don't really feel like they're listening or engaged? Not to shout anybody out.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about this, but let me just be clear. This is not saying like one person is better or easier or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just finding that actually I don't have any friends that are moms per se, other than like no one from like my college or like I don't know anyone who is a parent that like we're in constant contact with each other. So I would say the friends that I have now that are parents are friends that I've met through my son's school or through my son's activities. Yeah, so them it's weird. Like I actually have more in common with them than I do my actual like long-term friends. Yeah, it's interesting, and I don't know if it's just the parent factor of it, or I don't know, it could be other things, who knows. But
you don't currently live where you grew up though.
No, I don't. So that also
plays a factor, right?
Plays a factor, right? Because I was born and raised in Montreal, Quebec, and then I came here. So most of my childhood friends still live there.
Yeah, so I feel like that's a big kind of separator, because I try to go to not all but some of the kids' events of my good friends, because I want to be part of their lives, and all their life now is
and how their lives have expanded.
Yeah, and it circles around their child now, and I don't want to be like, oh, I don't have a kid, so I'm not coming. I can't relate. I also want to learn because I want to have a kid one day myself. So it's like, for me, I don't ever want my friends to feel like, oh, Priya doesn't have a kid, she doesn't want to hear that or participate. Yeah, sometimes I'm going to say no, because it is going to be a room full of parents, and I'm going to be standing there with what? Yeah. My invisible baby. So exactly. Sometimes, yes, I do not always go to events, but I feel like the important ones, I want to be there. Yeah. So like christenings and first birthdays or second birthdays or fifth birthdays or whatever. Yeah. Those things matter. So I definitely hope that my friends feel like I'm not disengaged because I don't have a kid.
Do you have more friends that have kids that don't?
I think I would probably say now, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so see, for me, it's the opposite. Yeah,
Ah.
most of the people that I had friendships with, or that I've grown up with, or we had long-term friendships, don't have children.
Fascinating.
So they hang around with other people who don't have children. So
they don't feel the need to.
Yeah, so it's not to say that we don't get along, or like when I see them, but I'm less likely to leave my house after 9 o'clock. Even though I have a kid, and sometimes he's with his father, or sometimes he's at a sleepover. It's just like my energy levels are so depleted from obviously working all day and then taking care of my kid, and even remember last week I messaged you and told you we were doing math homework for 3 hours. Yeah. Oh my God.
I was just like,
help me. What is this? Yeah. Calculating area and volumes of freaking prisms and shit.
So the idea of like social on Thursday night, you're like, no,
that's a no for me. And I used to be really like, yes, invite me to everything. I want to go to everything. I want to go. I want to be around people. But I'm exhausted. I don't want to talk to people. I just want to sit in my freaking living room in my pajamas and watch Grey's Anatomy over and over again like I've never seen it before.
Agreed. I wonder if that might play a factor into it too, because for me, as a non-parental person, I was always like hard pressed to come out of my house. Mm-hmm. So my friends were always like, Korea's not coming. Didn't matter if I had kids or not. So it's interesting because you were the social friend.
I was very, very
who's social. Now like, and I was always like, what time is it? Who's going? Are they serving food? Will there be seats? I have bad knees.
Where's the parking?
Yeah.
Where's the parking?
All of those questions. Can I get a ride? Because I don't want to drive down South Toronto. Yeah. What time are we leaving home? Are you sure you're going back home? Mm-hmm. So I guess maybe for me, I always kind of felt withdrawn from all friends, because I'm always like, well, if it's 9:30 now, I'm not leaving the house. Yeah. So, and for you, you were the social friend. I wonder if your friends feel like they've lost something because you're no longer like that.
I've heard that. Oh. I have heard that. I have heard like, you no longer want to go to things. And it's not that I don't want to go.
I'm tired.
I'm freaking tired. I'm exhausted. And there's only so much energy that I have to like talk to people now, because we talk all day with people. Then when my son comes home from school, it's 150 questions until he goes to bed at like 8:30. Mm-hmm. And then I get maybe an hour to myself. And by the way, that hour to myself is doing dishes, cleaning the kitchen, and just maybe I might get like 20 minutes of TV in, and then I'm like, okay, I'm tired now. So I'm going to
your
bed.
Body shuts down.
Yeah, exactly. And then if I do go away for the weekend, like let's say my son's gone with his father and I plan something, my friends, they have energy. Like, they want to stay up.
Are your friends young? Because I feel like our
generation... they're the same age as me.
Where are they getting this energy from?
They don't have children. They go
but I don't have children and I don't have energy.
No, I know. But it's, I don't know, maybe like I said, I'm a very social person, so my friends typically were very like social too. Yeah. So one of my friends, I won't say her name, but she's out every night of the week.
At 30-something years old?
She's older than me, yes.
Bless you.
I know, you know who you are. So when you watch this, every time she tells me all the stuff that goes on in her life, I'm like,
must be a TV show.
It is like a TV show. The people she meets, the stories she tells me, I'm like, I feel like I'm missing out, but also I'm too tired to go with you to these things. And I'm just like, even the thought of it, I'm just like,
I have a question for you. Is she single or is she in a relationship?
She's dating.
Situationships?
She's in situationships.
Okay, maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you're, and again, no disrespect to anybody, but I feel like if you have more reason to stay home than you do to get out of your house, then again, you're more likely to be like, I'm going to tap out tonight. Yeah. But if you're single and you're like, gotta get out of my house, especially if you live alone, and you're like, going where
she does live alone. Yeah, she's out all the time.
Yeah.
I always ask her, and I asked her this last week, I'm just like, how are you not broke? I just gotta know. I gotta know.
In this economy? Are you drinking when you go out, or do you have like a flask?
I could maybe go out to a restaurant like once every 2 weeks, if at all.
When I get paid, if I'm not paid, I can't go.
Payday, we go out for dinner, but then don't invite me anywhere after that, because
it's not a Friday, Saturday thing.
Exactly. And then paying for drinks, how expensive it is to pay.
And then you gotta tip because you don't want to seem cheap.
Exactly.
Thing.
So I was relieved because I hung out with my cousin last night. She's young. Well, she's 26 or 27, something like that. Us. Yeah. And I was like thinking, because I told her I'd treat her, we're going to go have a good time. I thought she wanted to go out, but I was so relieved when she was like, no, let's just make dinner at your house and hang out in the backyard and drink. And
nice.
I was like, thank you.
because you're gonna have to. I find that at our age too, it's like a week preparation for that one night.
Yes.
You're like, I gotta figure out outfit options from now. Then I gotta figure out the shoes.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure the shoes are good, not too high, not too low, because I don't want to look like a granny.
And you don't want to hurt your feet.
Yeah, and you gotta start to like pump yourself up listening to music. So when it comes time, you're like, all right.
Yep.
Oh, that's so good. God bless her.
I know.
You needed that.
Let me tell you, I've never had so much. I was like, you want me to make you dinner at my house and we don't have to go outside?
Spend the dime.
Yes.
And it was nice yesterday too.
Oh my God, it was beautiful out. We
shopping.
saw bats flying over me in my backyard. Yeah, 2 bats, to be specific.
Very unique.
I wasn't sure if it was a bat at first, but it was all shaky and kind of all over the place. And I was like,
maybe you just woke up.
Oh, well, it just kept flying over us, back and forth, back and forth. And then I Googled.
I was going to say, is that an omen?
No, I don't know. Do you think so?
Bats? I don't know. Could be a good one.
I don't know if it's an omen or not, but I have been seeing quite a few crows. So if something happens to me.
No. Don't say that. Don't say that.
We don't have wood to knock on, but dang it, right up here. That's wood, right? Nope. Okay. Because it's not wood. No. But anyways, I did look up because we were both like, is it a bat? Is it a bat? And we Googled it, and apparently, like, they fly around, they eat mosquitoes. So I was like, okay, well, that's a win-win.
Oh. Mm-hmm. So they were just working for you.
Yeah, they were keeping the mosquitoes away from us, which I thought the incense were, but...
No, summer incense don't actually work.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've been using them for decades.
I find that they I find that they'll attract things more.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like some sort of like, haha, stupid idiot. Citronella doesn't work. Because
citronella does not work, but I wasn't talking about that.
Oh.
I was talking about like actual incense.
Oh, like incense is supposed to keep them away? I saw this video on TikTok.
I thought smoke keeps them away. So
supposedly. Mm-hmm. But a lady on TikTok said Dove. If you use Dove around, like the Dove bar of soap, was it Dove? I think it was Dove. No, Irish Springs, I think. If you take Irish Springs, a bar of soap, and you rub it on your door, the smell, they ain't coming in your house.
No way. My aunt told me that about ants.
Yeah?
My aunt told me about that. Ants.
Okay.
I don't know why we're laughing at that.
Because you pointed it out. I'm like, was it a joke or
my auntie is talking about ants?
Ants, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think apparently the soap can keep bugs away.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Yeah.
All in all, it was a great night, and I didn't go to bed until about, I don't know, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. But I'm tired.
Too, last night. I didn't go to bed until like 1:30, but I was also helping my husband.
Yeah, her husband
feeling well. And then we were watching a movie.
Right now.
And for some reason, I couldn't go to sleep. Normally at 1:30, I'm like KO'd. But I felt like something was going on with the moon because I wasn't tired.
Maybe something was. You know what happened to me on Friday? Because I was like all stressed out and I had to bring my son to his taekwondo. I always stop at Starbucks, and it was like 5 o'clock at night. But I normally get like a decaf drink. But we were in a rush, and my son was freaking out because he was running late, and we were stuck in the lineup for the drive-thru at Starbucks. And I ordered my drink. I forgot to say decaf, and it was 5 o'clock at night. So when I got home, I could not sleep. I was wired until like 2 a.m. And you know me, I go to sleep at like 10, 9 o'clock. But I was shaky. I was wired, and I was just like, I can't settle down. And even my aunt was like, she was texting me. She's just like, why are you up? Everybody knows I'm never awake. But I was like hyper. I was like, can't sleep.
I had that experience once where I was dog tired. I think we were coming back or going to a cottage. I want to say coming back. And no, going to. And I couldn't, I was tired. So Ori got me a Red Bull and I drank it, call it like 6:37 on an empty stomach. And I remember that night we went to sleep. Everybody KO'd. Karita's lying there, eyes wide open.
Oh my God.
And it was so, I didn't get, I was, you know, like when you're fighting your body to sleep, couldn't get it done. And then he wakes up and he touches me and I burst into tears.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I haven't slept. And I was like shaking because like my body was still operating off of Red Bull. And I was like, I can't. And he said something and I literally had a meltdown. One of the only most randomest meltdowns in my whole life was because of Red Bull. And so because of it now, I'm like terrified to drink it. Yeah. Because like my body was
Red Bull is dangerous.
And that was when I was slim. So it like ran through my body and I was like just in my system. And I was like, what's wrong with me? And I was like, I'm going to die.
You know, we used to drink, and this is like back in the day before I had a kid when I used to go out to the club. We used to have Red Bull and Red Bull and something. You guys can tell me if you know. I don't know what the drink is.
Vodka?
I don't know if it was, I don't know what kind of drink it was.
We did Monster and Jägermeister.
No, it wasn't that. It was like literally at the club. They put like...
No, it was Red Bull and Jägermeister.
I think it was Red Bull and something. Red Bull and some sort of alcoholic beverage.
And you drop it in the drink?
They would. The bartender.
That's Jägermeister. Yeah, because you pour the Red Bull and then you have the Jägermeister shot. You drop it in and then you drink it back.
Okay,
that was
that stuff.
I was
gonna that stuff had me like shaky.
That was one of my favorite shots. I think
you can't pass out because you're drunk, but you can't pass out no matter what you do. You're just like
yeah. For a small stint, my friends and I were like keen for those Jaeger bombs. That's what they were called. Jaeger bombs.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't do those, kids. No, not good for
your
heart.
No, because you can't sleep.
And you're stumbling around Toronto.
And
you're like, I'm hungry, I need a hot dog. And you're slurring your words. You're like, are you okay? And you're like, I'm just drunk.
I'm just trying to live.
I just can't sleep.
That's it. Oh my gosh. Those were the good old days. Just going out and then eating those hot dogs. Okay, when you're wasted, out of your mind.
Based on the conversation,
don't follow us though, kids. Don't do that.
Well, if they're doing way worse than us now.
Yeah, I feel like they're way worse.
I couldn't keep up with them.
No offense. I can't keep up with anybody now. Like, I'm in bed.
That's what I was gonna say. So talking about back in the days and now, when you go out with friends, are you and your friends, even though your friends are single and childless, are they when you do come out, do they want you to do like the high energy stuff?
Yes.
Oh, that's tragic.
I got lucky only one time that weekend that I went away with my girlfriend and we went to like a wedding / some sort of party thing. And she was just as tired as I was. So we left the party at like maybe midnight-ish. And then we made it like a chip dip at the hotel and passed out. And that was it. But mostly, no, my friends, they want to
go crazy.
They want to keep going, or walk around downtown, or stop at Pizza and sit with all the other drunk people.
Your friends sound young.
They're not.
I know, but they sound like what you're describing sounds like me 10 years ago. Now I'm so grateful for my friends, single or without kids or whatever the case. We're like, let's go for brunch or let's do a lounge where there's definitely seats. We don't have to fight for seats. And there's drinks, but they're affordable, not expensive. Likely food because we're gonna want a num nom while we're sitting down.
Want a num nom.
And good music, and it can't be like hot night or top 10 today.
Yeah,
I need like I need my 90s music. I need like old school reggae, old school hip hop.
None of this music from this time.
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know how this beat and those words somehow meshed together.
My girlfriend, who's my age and a mom, she went to a club for her birthday just on a whim, and she was like, you know, in the club, you remember back in the day when we would get dressed to the nine heels
and freeze your ass off outside.
They're wearing sweatpants and sneakers and like hoodies.
In the club?
Yeah, no makeup. She was like, she's like, I was confused. She's like, I felt overdressed.
Are we in a club right now?
That's the vibe now. So I don't know if it's because of the whole COVID lounge.
Yeah, I feel like
thing.
COVID.
And but like to go to a club in sweatpants, the thoughts to me now makes me go. That's like a George Costanza move where George is like, I give up. I'm just gonna wear sweatpants everywhere.
My cousin, she's like 27, legit told me she goes to the club and takes a nap. I'm like, what?
I don't understand.
What do you mean? You're not dancing? You're not like? She's like, no, I take a nice nap
in the club.
In the club. On like I don't know what club she's at. I should probably ask her.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Because either the club you're at is not good or something's wrong. Because I don't know.
I don't remember back in our day, like you were not even allowed to sit down. There
was nowhere to sit down because it was elbow to elbow, butt to butt, like sweat people's.
And if you did sit down, your friend or someone was like, get up.
Yeah, or unless you were protecting the coats because there was always a coat protector.
Oh no, I was putting coat check.
No, sometimes we wouldn't.
One time someone took my coat, actually.
That's why we didn't. That's why we would be like, find a booth and put it in the back.
How did girl take my coat? She had a white coat and my coat was black. Like, how did you even get my coat?
Liked your coat better than hers.
Yeah, I couldn't fit in her coat.
So your coat was bigger?
Mm.
Maybe she thought
and black, and hers was white. She stole my coat.
That's why we didn't do coat check.
I guess that makes sense. Apparently they don't care if they do lose your coat.
That's ghetto, by the way. That's really ghetto. If you go to the club and you steal people's coats,
you should be ashamed of yourself.
That's really ghetto. Get a job. I'm not even joking. That's like,
don't do that.
That's gross because you know that person's gonna be sweating in that coat I just think about all of the
yeah, you
moistness that
your
comes
Virgo
from
is coming out real strong right now. Karina's like, I am not about that life.
I couldn't, like, the other day
I don't even want to wear someone's anything, to be honest.
Yeah, like the other day at my masseuse, they're like, "Oh, take off your shoes and put on the slippers in the basket." And I said out loud, my masseuse has to quiet me. I go, "You want me to put my foot where other people's foot juice is?" And she's like, "Shh, this is a place of quiet." And I was like, "But that's nasty." She's like, "You wash them," and I'm like, "I don't want your slipper."
I'm not about that life. Nope, no, ma'am.
She was like, "What is wrong with you?"
But when
like,
you go get your toes done, like they give you like those like flat slippers, and they come out of a package.
But in the masseuse place, they have like the cloth ones. I guess you just wear it to and from the door because they want you to take your shoes off at the door. And I was just like, Kelly, you really want me to put my foot in where somebody else's foot juice and oils and all? I was like, I'm not doing that.
What if they have foot fungus?
And she laughed. She said, "But we
what
wash
if they
it.
have ringworm?
What if they just are nasty?" The thought alone makes my skin crawl.
Oh God!
I don't know how we got on this topic, but
I don't
anyway,
know. Because this always happens. It's
just rolling on.
I don't even know how we got here. What did we even start this conversation as?
It was supposed to be about friends,
right? Friends. So, whatever. It is what it is.
Okay, well, since we're gonna break, I wanted to take a moment and talk about some of the things going on in the
hot
world
topic time.
today.
Is it hot topic time?
So one of the things I wanted to address really quickly is Jamie Foxx. There's been a lot of conversation on what happened to him this past week. His family released
confusing talk.
Yeah, they released the IG notification. Send prayers. He had an incident, but he's okay. Mm-hmm. It was very cryptic. Yeah. So we were like, okay, an incident, and then they're like, oh, actually, he's talking now, and that's a good thing.
It said he went from critical to stable condition, right? Which is like what he was critical when.
Yeah, and then someone said, oh,
it was like a stroke now. Or some.
They said he had an aneurysm.
Now it's an aneurysm? I thought it was a stroke.
No, they said the stroke caused the aneurysm. He was on set filming a movie with Cameron Diaz. I can't imagine watching somebody, and then you're acting, and then
people
just
normally
falls out.
Die from aneurysms. He must have got lucky.
I think
that usually takes you out real quick.
For me, the minute I heard about it, I started praying for him because I thought to myself, "There's so much love for Jamie to do. He hasn't even gotten his true flowers.
We've lost enough. We've lost enough legends right this year. Like let's keep this one."
Yeah. So I just wanted to shout out Jamie Foxx. We love you. We want you to get better. Yes. Prayers to you.
If you see this.
I would love for him to see this. I actually love that man. I think he's so talented.
Oh, he's beyond talented.
A lot of people said that they feel like he should get the flowers that Will Smith got and the opportunity, and I kind of agree.
I agree.
And it's not that I don't like
Will
Smith.
He's more versatile.
That's what it is. And he actually really...
He puts his all into every role.
Exactly.
Every role. And he could sing, he could play the piano. Like, he is a man of...
So talented. Yeah. So get well soon, Jamie. Yeah. And jumping from that, I'm going to talk really quickly about Love is Blind. I explained to Chanel, who doesn't watch reality
prior to this, so we don't have another repeat of last time,
what Love is Blind is all about. And I just wanted to touch on the final episode. This is about to be a spoiler, so if you haven't watched it, first of all, hurry up, because the reunion is tonight, well, Sunday. I don't know how to explain the confusion I felt when I saw that Kwame said yes to Chelsea. Now, in the very beginning of the season, I was rooting for Chelsea. Chelsea seemed like she was put together, the proper choice, really wanted marriage. And Kwame was like, I don't really like you, but you are the only option. That's how he was behaving.
Yeah, that's cool.
But she started to, towards the end of the season, she started to show this, like, willfully ignorant energy about her.
Yeah.
So when they got to the altar, everybody had money that Kwame was gonna say no. This man said yes. And we all are like, are you okay? Does she have something on you to make you...
Hey man, divorce is always an option. Might as well.
Yeah, but it just doesn't ring honest.
Of course not.
So there's the whole Kwame thing. And then Paul and Micah. Now, a lot of people are speculating that Paul has a thing going on with Micah's friends. And Micah's friends were rooting for this relationship to fail. Like, outwardly rooting for it to fail. And there is a friend, brunette, that people are saying that as he was walking out of the room, he kind of like touches her as he's like, okay, because Micah asks him to leave. So there's a lot of controversy with this season. And then you have Jackie. There's not enough time in this episode for me to address Jackie and Josh. All I'm going to say is, I literally have to check my watch. All I'm going to say is she's talked about how she's with him now. That's her boo. And she was talking so much shit about Marshall. Marshall is a quality man. And some women are deadly afraid of quality men. So I hope for your sake, Jackie, whatever Josh and his cauliflower ears are doing for you is working for you and your toxic ass.
Cauliflower ears.
Good luck to the both of you. Whatever. That's
cauliflower ears. Sorry, I'm stuck on that. That is some cold. Don't come for Karita online in the comments.
Yeah, come for me if you want to. I have all day. And then there is Bliss and Brent. Now, a lot of people were speculating that Brent was a little, but I just think he was super sensitive. And him and Bliss's love story, to me, I was happy to see it come to fruition. They said, yes, both of them happy. They're going to go off into the sunset. And the last couple, I can't remember who it is.
So did everybody get married? Is that what's happening?
They all go to the altar and they have to say yes or no. Paul and Micah, no. Bliss and Zach.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to put a spoiler because I'm not about spoilers. I would be so pissed if I was watching.
Yeah, I'll do like a spoiler alert for them guys. But
if you watch the Love Is Blind stuff, don't listen to.
They've probably already seen it because it came out Friday. We have to because the reunion is tonight, and we need to see the drama, honey.
Okay, well,
I want to know if Irina shows up for the reunion because I want to know how she feels about Bliss and Zach. Zach was really ill-treated by Irina. Irina is a bully, a disgusting bully, but that's all I'm going to say about her. I'm happy for Bliss, and I hope that they've made it past that. Honestly, Love Is Blind, though, the whole production is getting a little unraveled, and the people in the show are getting a little unraveled. So I hope next season you guys tighten it back up a little bit.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so also, while we're talking about this Love Is Blind thing, what happens on the reunion? Would they just talk about who got married or who didn't, or if they're still together? Is that what they... Oh, okay.
They'll talk about who's still together, who switched relationships, who's dated internally in the cast, who's pregnant.
A whole bunch of stuff that Karita would love to watch and Chanel is going to continue to ignore because I don't care.
No, okay, I want to make something very clear. When I watch reality TV, it's never because I care.
It's because you need entertainment.
Right, and because my life is quiet now, thank God Jesus, I'm so grateful. I like to watch other dumpster fires happening in front of me because that gives me joy and reminds me I'm doing all right.
Yeah, you're blessed.
I'm all right.
Stay blessed.
Because y'all
are into some messy shit.
I don't know. When people sign these things, these like NDAs for these TV shows, and then they break them, and then like Netflix wants to sue you, I'm like, you knew what you were going into.
Yes. All of these shows are scripted. At the end of the day, there is no production that are doing these shows that have not created a script to at least give them a heads up.
I don't think it's scripted.
It's scripted.
No, I think it's manipulated by production. Remember, I auditioned for a reality TV show. I was this close.
Yes.
There are certain narratives that they will push, and there are also editing that they will chop up to make it look like when I watched the commercial or the preview for the finale, I thought Kwame for sure said no. I thought Brent for sure said no. It turned out that it was an issue with his pants, but editing is everything for these reality TV shows. So that's why sometimes you feel like...
But you have an idea of what they want to see.
Yeah, I mean, they want drama. That's the only thing that
scripted.
All right, we're going to have to agree to disagree on this one. Okay. I don't believe... Okay, no, I'll take that back. Some reality TV shows are scripted, for sure.
But this one isn't, is what you're saying.
No, this one probably is.
Okay,
I take it back.
So we're just arguing to argue.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to close this up. We just want to make sure that we want you guys to, when you watch this, if you like it, please share it, comment, hit the like button, and then hit the subscribe button because we had lots of views.
Nope, no likes.
We had a few likes.
No comments.
Come on, guys. So if you guys watch it, let us know what you think, even if it's a little bit of criticism, but nothing like too mean. If you write stuff that's mean, we're just going to delete it.
No, we're not.
We're not going to delete it. We're going to
just going to read it and then write your name down.
And then we're going to find your address and then we're going to come to your house and we're going to have a discussion about
manners
and
cyberbullying.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I'm really not.
No, I'm too grown to give a shit. But if you don't like my hair, keep that to yourself because I love it.
But the reality is that we want to get better. So please share your things. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, engage in the conversations that we're having.
Follow us on
your
Instagram.
Thoughts. Yes.
Because we always like to ask our followers questions so that we can come up with new topics to go over when we're here.
And eventually because this is Inside Thoughts Out Loud, we are going to start to ask you to submit your inside thoughts so we can share them.
We want to know
world.
all your personal juicy things so we can share it.
No, we're going to be sharing your stuff anonymously. We're only putting ourselves on the line. Don't make people get scared.
Obviously, it's going to be anonymous. I'm just saying. Tell us
your juicy or if you want to read somebody or cuss somebody out.
Don't write us anything about murdering or things like that. Keep that to yourself.
No murderous confessions, but other confessions.
We want to hear it,
please, and we will share it with the world anonymously on your behalf, and then you'll feel as free as we do when we end the episodes. So
like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Is that what they say?
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.